Hello guys, welcome to Torch Tales, Stories Behind the Hood. I'm your host Frank Vargas, aka Traveling Frankie, and now I have not only second generation, but the third person I'm having a conversation with from the same company. So first it was Rafael Arvelo, his dad, then it was Ava Casper, she worked for the company as well, and now I'm lucky enough to have the second generation, the son of Rafael, Nico Arvelo. Brother, thank you so much for being here.
Thank you.
We've been trying to do this for a little bit, but with our schedules, it's always the same way it goes with everyone. We just have to find that little gap of time in whatever we are. Where are we now?
We are in Houston, Texas.
Well, actually not quite.
League City, Texas.
There you go. And why are we here?
We're for the Goddard Regional.
Okay, got it. Now, there's a few reasons why I wanted to talk to Nico. Not only because he's in the industry, also a younger generation coming in, and second generation. And just to kind of pick his brain about his short journey, even though he's been exposed to the industry because his dad has been at it for a while, right? So he might not have all the technical knowledge yet, but he has a terminology because he's been hearing this for a long ass time. It is what it is.
Since I was a child.
All right. Yeah. So Nico, I know a little bit about you, but that's one of the things that I never want to know enough to then not be surprised when I get an answer. Can I just make it fresh and make sure that wow, I didn't know that. Yeah. So I know you were born in Venezuela as well, right?
Correct.
And how old were you when you came here?
I was 9 years old.
9.
Yep.
And I know, and see, that's the thing, because your dad have shared some things. So when you came in at 9, you guys came in straight to
Greensboro, North Carolina.
Greensboro. Yep. Now, just like me, you didn't speak the language back then. No. You were, probably taking some English classes in Venezuela and all that. But before I ask anything else, how was that transition? Do you even remember being 9, coming in? Like, what are they saying?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, I remember it was always a dream of mine to live in the U.S.
Really?
Yeah, because, you'd see the Hollywood movies and...
That's true.
Especially watching Home Alone. You get to see, like, New York and all the big buildings.
Got it.
And then I got to Greensboro, North Carolina, and I'm like, this is not...
Yeah, where is that building, right?
Yeah. So, I knew the basic stuff in English.
Gotcha.
And my mom just kind of tossed me to the wolves in a bunch of summer camps.
Really?
In the summer, and she was kind of like, figure it out, sink or swim.
Wow, and your sister was around by then as well?
Yeah, she was 4 years old.
Got it. So now you are in school, doing summer camps and all that. Were you going through the regular, I'm not sure if they were called still ESOL classes?
ESL.
Or they are still called that? Yeah?
They are still called ESL. However, I was just kind of with everyone else.
Gotcha.
And it took some time to get used to, but by the first year I was
pretty much, right?
6 months.
Yeah, that's the thing. When you're young, you don't have so much garbage in your brain, so you can actually record more. Yeah. Now, what was one of the first things that surprised you the most coming to the States?
Definitely not the big buildings there.
Oh, really? So you are still there,
Yeah. But coming to the States, the thing that surprised me the most is, I think any immigrant from anywhere is going to say this, is the portion sizes.
Oh. Yeah, definitely you ration things a little bit more, in especially a few years back. Now, I think the world is doing a little bit better overall when it comes to that side, but I get that.
But now I complain because I'm older and I order 2 plates now instead of like ordering the appetizer.
Yeah.
I just get 2 plates now.
Oh, he has a frame to hold that, but wait till he has another 10 on him. He'll be like, whoa, salads, please. Now you are at 9, 10, 11, now you are speaking the language, you're understanding, you really wanted to be here in the States. Did you know what your dad did for a living? Did you know the industry? Did you understand even, all right, he travels a lot and he sells some things. Did you know what that was?
Nope, I knew it was gas equipment.
Okay.
And up until I joined the company, I told people it was gas equipment too.
All right. Oh, that shows a lot of interest as a youngster. It's like, Dad, what exactly is it that you do? Yeah. Here you are, not knowing, of course, that you are even going to be in the company or working, doing the same thing that your dad is doing now. And we're going to touch a little bit on that because I have a story for it. And you know where I'm going with that one.
Yep.
But what were you thinking you wanted to do as you are going through high school and college? But before you answer that, what were you into in high school?
Just like any kid, I wanted to do a little bit of everything.
Okay.
I would switch my mind about every other month or two.
Yeah.
And going to college, I was a marketing major, but in high school, I I wanted to be a pediatrician for the longest time. A pediatrician and an obstetrician. I don't know why those two just really stuck with me.
Was somebody in your circle that?
No.
How did that come about? You
I don't
saw
know.
a TV show or
I
something?
think I saw a documentary and I was just really moved by like medicine and the circle of life and whatnot.
Gotcha.
And then I have family that are in those two fields, and they are have the highest liability for any medical field.
I see.
And I was like, you know what?
It's like, all right, next.
Let's not do that.
Next. That's throughout high school. You're thinking, did you play sports in high school?
Yes, sir. I was in the swim team.
Swim team, really?
Yeah.
How did you stumble into the water?
When we first moved here, my parents just kind of tossed me in the swim club at summer swim.
Okay.
And I was really good at it, and I kind of wanted to do it full time. I did a little bit of everything, and then it got to like 7th grade. I was like, you know what? I'm pretty good at swimming. Why don't I just do swimming year round?
Yeah.
And from 7th grade to up to senior year, I was a swimmer.
Really?
Yeah.
Huh, that's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Now, but probably in North Carolina, it's only like half the year, or was it indoors?
It was indoors.
Yeah, because in Florida we have it 24/7, right?
Yeah.
So now that phase is out, and you enter college, and at college you, the first year as a freshman, you were going for what again?
Marketing and international business.
Okay, and did seeing your dad traveling abroad had anything to do with the international business?
100%. That was definitely one of the reasons why I kind of switched career paths.
Okay.
Or wanted to switch career paths. And I would see him traveling all over the world. As a kid, it kind of sucked not having them there all the time.
Correct. Yeah.
Yeah. But I would see him in South Africa, like Dubai, China, all these really cool places. And I was like, I think I kind of want to do that too.
But at that moment, you were not thinking, I kind of want to do that too, but not exactly what my dad is doing. Meaning working for the gas company, right? Yeah. So you just wanted the travel part, and again, didn't know that you were going to be sitting here now, doing what you're doing now.
No.
College is done, and all right, great. I have my degree.
No.
But I've seen you coming to shows here and there, helping. Your dad. Having the company shirt, the logo representing, like you guys do very well. Usually there's all they need is just face tattoos to represent the company. So as you were coming to some of the shows, do you remember the first show you ever went to?
Yes, I remember.
When was that?
2017.
Where?
Seven Springs.
Oh wow, that's a good one to start with.
It was a great one. And I remember meeting Jack Butler for the first time, the Butler family, and they were all very accommodating.
Yeah.
And but I remember thinking to myself, I don't see anyone below the age of 45 here. I don't want to do this. But then
it's changing a little now. It's changing a little.
A lot more. There's definitely the God of Young Professionals.
Correct.
That's kicking off. I mean, the younger generation's definitely coming in.
Yeah, there's no choice.
Yeah.
There's no choice.
Yeah.
So now you are there, 2017, Seven Springs. Even though there was not many peers, your age group, and you're like, all right, I guess I'm going to tag along and do what the older people do. Did you see something that, that's cool about this, even though you don't have anyone to bounce things off? But what was it that you saw? I'm like, this is actually pretty cool.
So it was two things. It was kind of doing all the activities and seeing. Seven Springs is gorgeous.
It is.
And seeing all the fun stuff that you're doing, which is also networking. You're meeting new people in the industry, people that you haven't met, and it's also talking to people about their career paths.
Correct.
They said, I want to go to school to study law, and here I am selling gas equipment. It's kind of like the turns that
exactly what Torch Health is all about, to share that path, that journey. As you now first show, even after that show, or even the second show, you're still not thinking, maybe I want to do that exactly as well and be part of that.
No.
That hasn't really clicked yet.
No.
And your dad ever pressure you on, hey,
Never.
you know what, you should start paying more attention and should come over?
No, not really. My dad never really pressured me into things like that. But it was almost like a pulling. He didn't push me, but he pulled me. I could tell that he really wanted me to work for him.
Of course.
He works very hard, but he never told me, he's like, you have to come work for me.
Correct.
But it was kind of like, at the end of the day, it's a family company.
It is.
and he wants to pass it down. And so eventually, I kind of like decided to take on a little bit more roles in the company. You know,
before you actually came on board 100%, like you know, you were taking on some things and helping out behind doors.
I would come into the office whenever I was home from college, help out here and there, and then obviously go to the Gata shows and help set up the booth, do a lot of unpaid labor. You know,
of course,
the forever intern, right? As you guys, some of you guys remember.
Yep.
And then, you know, near graduation, I got my dad said that he wanted me to go work for someone else for a little bit, and then, but he would have loved me having me either way, either right after college,
either or, yeah.
But yeah.
Did you think you were good at being social, being an extrovert, talking to people? Do you think that you were going to be good at selling, not selling a product, but selling yourself as a person?
So I've always been very extroverted. I've been, you know, in college and high school, I was part of a lot of clubs and organizations.
Gotcha.
And I made a lot of friends, made a lot of connections. And I figured that I could talk to a brick wall.
Yeah.
I mean, if you let me, I could just sit here and talk and talk and talk. And
I've heard that before.
Yeah. And it also helps that the people in this industry are also very, very nice and just very easygoing. I mean, you could talk to anyone. There's not a single person here that I wouldn't say is very easygoing, very free flowing. And so between my ability to just connect with people and talk to people and the people of the industry, it was just kind of like, it was easy, you know?
Okay. That's so cool. And so now that you kind of know more about that it's not gas equipment.
Yeah.
So what is it now? Do you even know what is it? Or you still... Yeah.
Cryogenic gas equipment.
Okay. There's an extra word now. You just added, right?
Yeah.
So now you are learning, and again, we all go through that phase where, all right, we just know enough to get in trouble. But like I was saying earlier, you just know where to get the answers now, and that's people trust and like that. When I'm like, hey, I don't know, I'll get back to you, and you definitely get back to them, and that's the bridge right there. You know, because we all remember when we were there. So I think, you know, you're gonna get there. That's the thing that we were talking about before cameras, like, you know, Frank, yes, just make sure we keep a little bit of the technical questions. Not yet. Maybe a year from now when we have the second one, then he'll be talking to all of us about every connection, every single CGA, cryogenics, everything, right? What do you think? So let's talk about when you first, and your dad said, hey, so maybe it would be nice for you to go work somewhere else, kind of get maybe some experience. But you didn't know where that was going to be or what that was going to be. So what was it that you did right after college, completely separate from Equigas?
So my senior year, I kind of came to a bunch of auto shows and tried to get a job with either different distributors or different vendors. And, you know, everyone in this industry is very supporting. And they all said, Nico, you have a place here. And I got countless, you know, opportunities and open doors. And it was literally at my disposal. I could pick whichever one and go and move there. I loved it. It's, you know, a great opportunity. And I'm super thankful for that. And then I kind of realized, I was like, you know what, Dad, I kind of want to go somewhere completely out of the industry. And it's a running joke because everyone says, you leave the industry, but you always come back.
Correct,
And so I wanted to go work somewhere corporate full of young people. I want to go work in logistics.
Hey, I'm not making this up. So I know you went there. And how long were you there?
I was there for 8 months. 8 months.
Okay. This is now my internal joke. So of course, there's a lot of us that because of the products or the companies that we work for, we move a lot of equipment and we ship a lot, right? And of course, Nico, which I would have done the same thing, reaches out. I was like, hey, Frank, you know, I work for a logistic company, and it was like in the end of the year.
It was December,
Yeah, it was December. And I'm like, Nico, of course, we can have this conversation right now. I'm just busy as hell. Why don't we just touch bases again next month or in a couple of months from now, and I'll put you in contact with what I used to do, which was manage the shipping and the carrying part. Great. I don't hear anything from Nico. And I'm like, well, I guess he just doesn't, whatever. Then I see a post about 6 weeks or 8 weeks after, he and I had that conversation about, hey, maybe we can look at some lanes. And Nico joins Equigas. I'm like, that I see now.
Yeah.
I'm like, great, all right, awesome. So, it's a joke. In fact, I'm congratulating you because definitely it's a no-brainer. You are a good face to the company, second generation. Your dad, the industry can use people like you. So I'm glad that you made that decision. But what was the catalyst that made you go? You are here in your desk and you're quoting lanes to whatever, and people are saying, "No, I'm not using you," or whatever the case might be. What was that? I'm folding.
So it's the same reason why I switched career interest in high school and college. It was traveling. I'd be at my desk and my dad would send me selfies of him in Maui with Ava and the family or wherever he went, and I was like, it was a no-brainer. So and I've been here for 3 months.
Yeah.
And my third week in the job, we were in Santa Rosa, California.
Yeah.
That was beautiful. It was gorgeous. And in 3 months, I've been to how many different cities?
I can't even keep count with mine, so don't ask me to even keep yours, because it's just. But that's one of the great things about this industry, that it has its perks for sure. But it comes the longevity of it. It's awesome when you do it right. Now, someone's knocking on the door. I'll probably cut this out. I don't know. Maybe I'll leave it in. Who knows? It's probably Melissa, one of our mutual friends.
So don't let her in.
Yeah. So she's not coming in. Now that you're at 3 months in, what do you think about the industry now versus when you kind of knew a little bit about the industry, just seeing your dad working at it?
So, coming in, this industry it's cryogenics. It's very complex. And it's very overwhelming, kind of talking to customers, and they're saying all the CGA stuff, and you're just kind of nodding.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, tell me more,
Yeah.
And
literally, tell me more.
yeah. And but it's also a lot of family-owned companies.
Yes.
And I've been talking. You have Aberdeen, you have Allison, you have
the list goes on and on.
The list goes on and on and on. And those people have been very helpful and very supportive. Is like, Nico, I was in your shoes once, and it is overwhelming. Kind of it's a lot of stuff to take in.
Yeah.
But just take it step by step. It's only been 3 months in the job.
Yeah.
And so kind of having that little support group. And just knowing that people are there for me when I need them, that are outside my organization.
Correct, yeah.
Inside and outside my organization.
Of course.
It feels good,
I can only imagine, and just like what you were saying earlier, people are eager to teach and really show someone, hey, this is how I learned, this is what I have learned so far. What do you think is your biggest strength in this industry? It's not the knowledge yet, but you're going to get there. No. But aside from that,
I would probably say, and my dad probably has, it comes from my dad, it's just the ability to connect with different people.
Yeah.
Whether strike up a conversation with a person at their first COD event or with an old gentleman who's been in the industry for 50 years. I can just, go up to someone and make a real connection, make a friend, maybe a potential customer.
Correct, for sure. And how is it working for your dad? Because I of course, I got to ask. How is it working for your dad? And is there a separation from at work and at the house?
Yeah. So it's definitely a double-edged sword. My friends tell me, "Oh, Nico, you work for your dad. You have it so easy." And I'm like, well, it's actually the exact opposite. It's not so easy because you kind of have to work just a little bit harder to kind of prove to everyone else in the company and outside the company that you're not daddy's boy.
Correct.
So it's that extra pressure of being the third generation. Third generation. By the way.
Well, that is right. I forgot that. Yes.
Yeah. So it's a little bit extra pressure, but I love my dad, and he did the same with his dad.
Yeah.
And of course, you're gonna disagree on some things.
Of course.
But you're family at the end of the day.
Yeah.
And I've had no problems with it so far. Sometimes it's kind of like, maybe let's not talk shop. It's past 5 o'clock.
Yeah.
I wanna go do something else.
Yeah.
But I love it. It's really is rewarding, and it's amazing. And I knew this is what I was going to be doing,
Yeah.
long before I joined. And I can't express how much I love working for my dad and being part of an organization like GATA. You know, it's amazing. I love it.
It is. It is. Here I am, 15 years, almost 15 years into it, and I always keep saying this. It's been great to me, and to know that it's meaning the same things for so many other younger generation coming in. Even though, even at my age, I'm still considered somewhat in the younger version of versus everyone that's been doing it for even such a longer time, right? Where would you like to see yourself in the next 5-10 years in the industry, working for the industry, working in the industry? Where have you even had that vision yet, or it's too soon?
Definitely too soon. Like right now, I'm still learning about the products that we sell, the different gases and whatnot. But more of a 10-year plan, just helping the company grow, nationwide. Maybe open up different divisions of Equigas. The possibilities are endless.
Cool. What's been the best place you've gone to so far out of, in the business, location-wise? And again, sometimes, people don't want to answer that because they think they're going to offend someone. And no, it's a personal choice. It's just like I might like bread, you might not like bread. So what location you weren't like, whoa, I love this place. And what location was not your cup of tea?
So I'll say 2 answers to the first one.
Okay.
So, like I said, the 3rd week in the job,
California.
Yeah, we're in Santa Rosa. It was one country.
Yeah.
That was gorgeous. It was spectacular. It was amazing. And the food. I've been going to these events since I was 16 years old.
Yeah.
And the food was amazing. And I feel like anyone can agree with me on that went to that event. And also New Orleans, just because it's New Orleans.
Hey, when you're in your 20s, nothing like NOLA. Come on, right?
I never want to go back. I had too much fun.
Oh, too much fun? Well, unfortunately or fortunately, I'm sure you're going to get to go back. Yeah. But one of the places that just was not your cup of tea because things were just different.
I'm sorry, guys. Jersey.
Really? Not even New York? Like you like New York more than Jersey?
New York more than Jersey. I'm from the South.
Okay.
I'm just used to Southern people.
Gotcha.
And I feel like Jersey is just cold and gray, and people aren't as social and not too.
I think the weather doesn't help. That's the same thing like Seattle and all that area. It's just
people with Jersey will agree with me on this too. So
we'll find out. We'll find out. Now, how much travel? First of all, what's your actual title?
Regional sales representative.
Okay, so regional. All right. What does that mean?
So I cover the southeast portion of the United States.
Okay, got it. And how much traveling are you doing now, and have you done any solo traveling yet?
So we've been together for the last 3 months, so I haven't really had a chance to do any solo traveling. But after this, I feel like we have a couple free weeks up until the next show. So I will plan on doing some solo calls.
Gotcha.
At first, going from different events and whatnot, I would go with my dad to see clients and customers and see how he does it.
Yeah. And
after hearing him crack the same jokes and tell the same stories, it's pretty easy.
Was your mom happy and excited too that you joined the company?
Yeah, she was very happy.
She was?
She was very, very happy.
Yeah, does she, because she doesn't work for the company, right? And have your sister ever worked for the company?
My sister?
Yeah.
No, she when she's home from college, she'll come into the office and help out, but as of now, she hasn't expressed any interest.
Okay.
But at the same time, I didn't when I was her age.
Right,
so who knows?
How involved are you with God? Are you part of the young professionals yet?
No,
or you have?
I'm trying to get involved in some committees, some different committees for different organizations as well. I want to become as involved as possible. And give back to the industry,
No, for sure. I think it's very important for make sure that you pass that along for the ones right behind you. I think it's important for all of us to do this. Now, your favorite food?
Frank, I like food.
Dude, so do I. But all right, so let's put it this way. After I spend a week or two on the road and eating in the fanciest and all from a food truck to whatever to Walgreens, because sometimes you're in the middle of the night, there's nothing.
Yeah.
You come home, and there's that one thing that you just miss from home. What is it?
There's two things. One is a steak.
Okay.
You know, you go to all these steak houses.
I was going to say, wait, hold on. So you go to all these steakhouses and you go home and you want a steak?
But it's something about cooking your own steak.
Okay.
You know? Something about it, especially picanha. It's a Brazilian cut.
It's top sirloin. Picanha is a top sirloin with a little fat on it's choof. Yeah.
But the main thing is when I go home to my parents' house, it's arepa. It's a Venezuelan breakfast dish.
Correct.
And I don't really make it at home.
Yeah.
But my parents do it every weekend.
I know. His dad always keeps saying that he makes the great arepa, and we give him a hard time.
Yeah.
Colombia versus Venezuela arepa, and all that, which is it's like white dough, almost like on the sweeter side a little bit, because you guys use the arepa pan.
Arepa.
The yellow bag with.
I just had a blank. What's it called?
Yeah, it's arequipe. No, arequipe.
No, arepan.
I think it's arepan. Hey, he's the one. He's the one with the tradition. And I kind of know more than
Maybe let's cut that out.
I know, right? Yeah. But no, it's awesome, and they even have these toasters that give you the shape of the thing. Tostarepas. Yeah, right. Yeah. It's about time you knew something. So no, I love that. Now, you guys make that one called pabellon.
Pabellon,
which is with a shredded beef meat and black beans, sweet plantains. I think.
Plantains, yes, sir.
That's something else, guys. You guys got to try that. It's and just with the cheese too. Oh man, it's awesome. Now, who's the one that makes that? Is it your dad or your mom?
My dad.
Your dad?
Yeah.
Okay, so I guess he does deserve some bragging rights.
Yeah.
All right, I get it. All right, Rafael, I'm starting to believe the whole thing, right?
Yeah.
How are you handling? How do you handle stress? What do you do to handle stress? Because you are 3 months in, and you probably have run into stress in different levels. We all have different levels of what we call stress, but how do you handle stress being in your 20s? And
so my dad, we were just talking about this yesterday.
Really?
And so whenever I get overwhelmed, my dad tells me, he's like, son, I've been in this industry for 33 years. I don't know the answers to anything, but he said to me in a phrase in Spanish, no te preocupes, ocúpate. So what that translates to...
Don't worry, occupy? No,
like don't worry yourself, occupy. So it roughly translates to a similar saying in English, is like, if you can do something about it, don't worry about it. And if you can't do anything about it, then don't worry about it either.
I love that translation, because actually, yes, sometimes we worry about the wrong thing at the wrong time.
Yeah.
Like when you're about to fall asleep, there's nothing you can do at that moment. It doesn't matter for anything. Fall asleep, have a good night's sleep, and worry about it in the morning. I like that. That's actually a very good advice. 33 years. Well, Nico, is there anything that you don't like about the industry?
You.
I don't even know why I asked that, because I kind of knew that was coming. I walked right into that one. What's the best thing about the industry?
Okay, so two-part answer. The first part is
this guy has a lot of two parts. He just cannot answer one answer, but I like that.
Yeah, so this is going to be very cliche, and everyone, in every single Torch Tales, everyone has said the same thing.
Oh, so you've watched a couple?
Yeah, of course I have. I had to prepare myself for this.
Yeah, right. Because it's a lot of preparation.
Yeah. The people.
Okay.
The people, like I said before, and I'll say it again, everyone's very supportive. Everyone's very open to helping you. Vendors, distributors, competitors, everyone's very welcoming. They're here to help you.
Correct.
And the second thing is going to eat at all these nice places.
I think that's very tied with me between the people and the food. I can't really decide. It depends what day.
Yeah.
No, I always ask because we all know the answer, and it sounds cliche.
Yeah.
And it's hard not to answer that.
Yeah.
But you never know. I might run into someone that just literally might say, I hate this. I don't know. And if they say it on camera, I'll probably cut it out anyway. But no, I want to thank you for taking the time, and definitely just spending a little bit of your personal time now, because we're pretty much done with the whole networking. Most people are gone. but also for carrying yourself and the way you do, making sure that Equigas, the industry, they are all represented the right way. Because sometimes you see new people come in, and it's great. I love to have fun, and don't get me. And I think everyone knows, like, hey, let's have a great time. But you can do that responsibly and still respect and demand respect both sides. So I think it's very important that you carry yourself that way, because we all get a certain free passes here and there. But once you get burned and you get tagged, it's hard to shake that off. And people will love you at arm distance. And I was like, yeah, okay, I'm turning the other way. So keep up doing the great work you're doing. Anything else that you would like to share?
No, Frank, thank you very much for having me, and I'm looking forward to going and growing in the industry and going to all these different events and whatnot, and meeting people that I haven't met, and working with everyone involved. And to all those watching Torch Tales, if I haven't met you, I look forward to meeting you.
There you go. So make sure when you see him, you shake his hand and say, hey, I learned something new about you. So thank you again, Nico. Appreciate it, brother.
Thank you, sir.
It's always a pleasure to see you and your dad.
Yeah.
And guys, thank you so much for supporting Torch Tales. This is what the whole thing is all about. Just making sure that we all learn a little bit about each other in the industry. And maybe we can all learn something new that we just don't know about that person, the industry, the equipment, you name it. The gas equipment or the cryogenics.
The one-stop shop for your cryogenic needs.
There's the tagline. He's learning. Told you.
We answer the phone and we ship the same day.
He watches that's episode 2. I swear. But guys, thank you very much for watching. I'll see you somewhere else with somebody else, because this is how it works. Torch Tales out.